Welcome back to the Presentation Podcast. I'm Quiva.
I'm Laura.
And I'm Mira. As always, if you have any suggestions or general comments, please make sure to leave them.
So today we were planning on doing a bit of a chattier podcast. So it's going to be basically chatting as if we weren't recording ourselves. So today's Wednesday that we're recording this. I'm going back to school on Monday. So I've been in school 3 days already. How are you feeling? What do you think about it?
It feels like it's been more than 3 days. It feels like it's been 3 weeks already.
Yeah.
Like it just...
What about you, Quiva?
I feel like a zombie.
I'm the same. I was like so full of energy on Monday. Like you saw me now, like I was off the walls on Monday. And then Tuesday morning I woke up and I was like, I'm not able. I was just like, I don't want to. No, thank you. Please no.
It only really hit me today. Like I could not get out of the bed this morning. I was dead.
Yeah. To be honest, it's like it feels like we never left though, because like on Sunday night I was like, oh my god, like I was not like nervous, but I was kind of just like, well, like oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, cause I thought it was gonna be, I didn't think it was gonna be the same as before, so I was gonna be a lot more strict. Like it is a little bit stricter because like pandemics after, like it got worse, so they have to do something more. But I thought it would be like a lot worse than it is. The only difference really that we have to go outside at big lunch for a while, but like that's not bad to be honest because we do that anyway.
I think the only reason we didn't do that was because it got really cold and rainy, and now where the sun's shining we would be doing that anyway. So
yeah, but I was kind of like nervous-ish, kind of like but I was like so excited because like not being able to see our friends for so long after being used to seeing them like nearly every day in school is like actually really hard. Like we used to Zoom like every day nearly. We used to call each other like every day, but like still it's not the same from like seeing each other in person. So like when we saw each other the first time, like it was so nice.
At this point we're just counting down the days, like it's only about 5.5 weeks left.
Yeah, it's weird to think like after being off for so long and then it's like we'll be back at home for summer again, like so insane to be honest. And then
I feel like it doesn't feel like we should be going into 5th year because like we barely had a break this year. Like classes wise we've still been doing loads of work. Like we didn't have that whole constantly off on trips, constantly just not really doing work. Like the workload did ease a little bit, not ridiculously though, and I feel like we didn't get that much of a break. So now we're just like, oh, we're going into our leaving cert and all this, and we're kind of just there like okay, but like where was our break, where was our time off?
It's like as if 4th year didn't happen.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna work in our favor though, because like loads of people lose their rhythm in 4th year.
Definitely,
But seeing as nothing changed for us, I think it'll be easier going into 5th year.
I think as well we have a lot of the work done. Like in maths we have like a good bit of the course covered. Like we wouldn't have that if we were constantly off on trips and everything.
Yeah, we've like half the first book done nearly, or more I think.
No, I don't think so. I think it's like 12 chapters in the first book and we've done like 4.
Never mind. I thought it was like 6 or 7. But subjects then as well, we had to pick our subjects there a while back.
Oh.
That's a difficult decision to be honest. Well, like I kind of knew what I was like. I kind of know what I want to do after school for the most part. So like
that makes picking subjects easier.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier when you know.
Definitely.
It gives you an idea of what you need. But like I want to do secondary school teaching, so I want to teach I want to actually teach music, and then I want to teach either geography or maths. I'm not sure because first I was like, oh, maths, definitely maths, and then I thought about it and I was like, geography, oh no. But at least I have what I want to do. So then I know that for my leaving cert subjects I want to do music, geography and biology, and the biology is just in case I change my mind and I need a science. So
see, I wanted to teach geography and maths, like they were my 2 subjects, so I was definitely doing geography then, and then I picked art and biology, and then yesterday I got told I had to pick between biology and art because they were on at the same time, which I wasn't happy about.
I got all my subjects. I was fine.
Yeah, the two of us were there yesterday complaining and being like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And you were just there like, I'm grand.
I was like, I'm fine.
Mm.
What about you, Mare? What you thinking about after school?
Like for a while I wanted to go into medicine, but now I'm more thinking of going into something more scientific, like studying DNA or studying genes or like bioengineering, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
So
that sounds cool.
it's that just like it seems really interesting and everything, and I think I could do well at it. So like I knew that I wanted to do biology and chemistry, and if they were offering physics, I definitely would have gone for it as well. Like if I could have, I would have gone for all three sciences and just been done with that.
Imagine
I
all
wouldn't
three
go.
sciences.
I wouldn't mind it. I'd actually really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
like
even
the
think I'm
stress.
gonna cope with the one science.
I'm the exact same. Like I only picked it because I was like, if I change my mind, like I'd be afraid
Yeah.
if I didn't have a
Mm.
science. So what did you end up picking then? So
I picked chemistry, biology, and history. Because I thought that they were a nice mix, and like I'm really interested in history, but then I didn't get history. So now it's between geography, business, and PE. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with those. At the moment, I'm more leaning towards PE. So just because I found out that I don't like the reason why I was not going for it is gone, so I could do it if I want to.
Yeah.
So that's a real fun decision.
or you could do geography and be in the same class as us.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I like geography, but like not as a leaving cert subject. Like, yes, I would be really interested in it and everything. And it's the problem with me is I'm interested in all subjects, like a little bit in some regard anyway. That it's like I would be interested in some aspect of all of them at least. So that's why I was kind of having a hard time choosing. That's why it was kind of in my head. It's like, no, I need the sciences. So I'm definitely going to go for the sciences kind of. But like, I do think they're interesting. So
Yeah, I like science. I wanted to pick chemistry. Not gonna lie, like I really wanted to pick chemistry because it sounds a lot more interesting to me. And
yeah,
like in science and junior cert, like because you do everything. The part that I was most interested in was chemistry side of it. Like I find it really cool. Like mix these two things, makes a boom.
why didn't you go for chemistry then?
I just think because a lot of people say biology is easier. Like most people say it's a lot easier than chemistry, especially because chemistry is a lot more stress apparently.
Okay, but like it's the same with
don't
history
need
and
it.
geography. Like you were saying that like everyone says that history is way harder than geography, and then we had a teacher who taught both and did both as leaving cert, and they were just saying no, look, they're actually fairly similar. Like there is not much difficulty wise between them.
There's another teacher told us who did both that history is a lot harder than geography.
How much do you want to bet it was the same teacher?
History would be a bit more difficult because it's so much learning off, and my worst thing is learning off. Like I can't learn
Yeah,
off.
like with history, it's mostly the essays.
I can't do that then. Like
Yeah.
I'm better off like, do you know, like with geography, the way you have to like, you get a topic, then you just write out an essay that like you don't have the essay pre-planned in your head.
Yeah,
you know
you just need
like,
keywords
you
and you kind of just go with
pull it from all your info that you've learned, and I feel like that would suit me a lot more. But back to the chemistry thing, it was just because the stress levels of chemistry, I was like, I don't need it. I just need a science just in case. Like I was so close to not doing any science, but like
Yeah.
I
have
it
that
was so
choice
dodgy.
now.
Like I didn't want to have the chance.
Like I have that choice. Like
Yeah.
Miss Barrett was like, you can do art and music if you wanted to, because for your course you don't need the science. But then I'm like, I'm only in fourth
I mean, it's like if you think about it,
that's a big decision.
yeah, but like you were saying as well that like the things you were interested in before were like law and things. So if you think that it's more going to be something that you're going to go into where you wouldn't need it, then
I think it's so risky.
it is.
It's so risky. So what's actually really scaring me actually is, do you know how we were the first year ever to not do their junior cert and stuff? We have like no practice for the leaving cert, and people are always like,
I know, I'm really worried.
Yeah, I am as well, because people are always like, oh,
we didn't sit in
junior cert's
exams.
the practice, because people are always like, why do we have to do a junior cert? It's pointless, doesn't mean anything. And then people just like, usually teachers just like, oh, it's because it's practice for leaving cert. But we didn't have practice.
Like it's just, I think it's
It was
like
the freeze.
we've never had a proper state exam. like, yeah, we had the priest, but that was like a teacher in the room.
Yeah.
So it was really different to how it would be in a junior cert or the leaving cert. So it's just really basic stuff that I'm worried about. Like, it's the most like common things you'd think where I'm really worried, where I'm like, and what would I do in that situation? Like, even like if you finish the test, what do? Do you like, because I know that I know, but do you like bring up the test? Do you have to like put up your hand and be like, dude, I'm done the test? Or do you just kind of sit there and hope they notice, or like what? Because I know that that's the kind of stuff where I'm gonna in my head be really freaking out about, where I just be like, oh, what am I supposed to do right now?
Be told that stuff.
I'm the same.
Do
you know what
really
I'm scared of?
Tell us.
Do you not feel like I need to go to the toilet or something? Like, what do we do? To like put up your hand?
I feel like you're better off waiting out the time though.
Yeah, but like, what if you're like,
what if you think of something? What if you walk out the door and then you're like, oh my god, I just thought of that answer?
But I mean, like, there's always going to be some side of that. Like, you go home and 2 days later, you're suddenly thinking, oh wait, that would have been great to put in that question or whatever. There's always going to be some side of that. Like, I get going through your thing, and like any test we do, I always do go through it a few times, just kind of making sure. Like, if it's maths, I always kind of go over the harder ones, just being like, am I really sure that this is what it actually is? But I think it's like, on some level, there's no point if like you're done that early. Like, yes, obviously you shouldn't be done ridiculously early, but if you're done, say, half an hour, 20 minutes early, there's no point just kind of sitting there. Like, if you know that you've really gone through everything and you've really done the best you can, then it is almost better off for you to just kind of leave and go chill out for a bit until your next exam.
Yeah, do you know, even though we're like in fourth year, well, only for like another 6 months, but even though we're in fourth year, like, I'm like so nervous for like I get so nervous before exams. Like, I'd be like, oh, because I think like as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, I'm after forgetting everything. And as well, the orals for French and Irish. No.
I'm gonna be doomed.
No, like my favorite part about languages is actually speaking them. But like my brain now, I'll walk in and they'll be like, I actually can't even think right now. Like, they'll ask me what my name is, and I'll go, and I just don't know what to say, because I feel like I panic so much. That's something when I panic, I shake as well, so I'll be like, and like my voice shakes as well, so my voice will be going like 90. Oh, I can't cope with that.
Like, over the lockdown, we had an Irish project, and we had to research a holiday, and I had mine, it was perfectly done, and it came to the prices, and I went blank. I could not remember how to count in Irish. All I could think, I was going through all the French numbers. I was like, oh no, and I stood for about 30 seconds just trying to think, and then I ended up saying them in English.
It was but the worst thing is, because the euro sign was before, she went euro 200.
I did.
39.
I went euro 140. I was like,
it was so funny. Honestly, if the teacher saw me, I think I was in tears. Like, I was in tears from laughing. I had to turn off my camera because I was laughing so much.
It's anytime you turned off your camera, it was because you were laughing. It's like the majority of the time, if you ever turned off your camera, I knew that you were dying laugh.
This is like every class. I do it all the time. I'll start laughing. Oh, the best thing ever was history. We were doing a project. It's like, at the moment we started it, we were looking at it.
We're making our own reeling in the years.
Yeah, like, we started a little bit online, so like we got our years and we had to like do out, like, everyone got a year, and then you like do out, like, you fill in the thing, so it's like top songs, top news stories, whatever, and all this stuff. So then, like, it's easy for us to do the actual reeling in the years. And
Miss Waldron,
we got 2004, and I got like 1998 or something like that. And then so our teacher decided to show us the 2004 one, and actual reading in the years, and it was the year that is, am I saying Brian McFadden
left Westlife.
And
it was showing like all fans
I'm at the start
sobbing, crying.
No. The best
she was
part.
leaving.
This is the best part. This is when I started laughing. First, I started laughing, right? Because I thought it was a funeral. Because they were all in tears, like all the boys.
They were like, I can't believe he's gone.
Yeah.
And she was sobbing. I thought I had missed
And
something.
then-
I was like, oh, who's after dying?
I
And
was the
then
same.
it went back to Brian McFadden.
And we
And
were
then
like,
me and Laura started skitting laughing.
I was skitting.
We thought Miss Waldron couldn't see us because she was sharing her screen. But then we could see her in the corner and she
Like,
was kind of
giggling. We were
laughing
like,
at us.
What's she laughing
And
at?
then all I was thinking about was when Zayn left One Direction, how I was like that. I was sobbing, like, oh my god, he's gone. It broke
Yeah,
my
I
heart
see.
at 10 years old.
Oh, stop. It was just the funniest thing because then they showed like a load of schoolgirls reacting and she was like, I think this is the most sad thing. And they were bawling and I was finished. I actually was finished. I turned off my camera for a second and then as soon, like the first time I turned off my camera, I see Quiva started laughing because she realised that I was laughing and then she turned off her camera as well and then I had to turn mine back on and I was just like, I had to just
I
cover
never
my
turned
face.
off
I
my
was like this
camera.
for the
I
whole
left
class.
it on the whole time. I was laughing then because I knew you turned yours off because you couldn't cope any longer. And
I
then you turned
couldn't.
it back on. I was crying with laughter. And then Miss Waldron stopped sharing the screen. And then she was like, I think the best part of that was watching Quiva and Laura laugh.
We were dying. We were like actually dying.
And
And,
then
like-
that made us laugh even more.
And
So
then
we
for
were
our reading in
laughing
the
whole
years,
time.
yeah, for our reading in the years, because Quiva had 2004. So like you pick out of you
Mm.
make a group and you pick out of them. And Quiva got 2004. So we were like, we have to do 2004. So we're gonna
now
get that
So now
video.
for our project, we're doing 2004, and we're gonna put that video of the girl, tears in her eyes, crying that he's gone, but he's not actually gone. He's still here.
He's still alive.
He's just not in the
Like,
land.
I swear, like I started laughing at first. I was like, "Ah, what's going on?" Then I thought it was a funeral, so I like tried to compose myself. Like, this is horrible. And then I realized, like,
He was actually in hysterics.
it was so funny. It was actually the funniest thing ever. Like,
Just so funny.
yeah, that was the best thing about online school because, like, just the laughs. Like, honestly, like laughing at everything. I'm always laughing at everything. I do it in class as well. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah, you just have a personality that you just laugh. Like it doesn't matter what's happening, you will laugh.
We had history then today, and we were working on our project, and we were laughing again. Just thinking about us laughing made us
Yeah.
start laughing.
It was so funny. An idea concerts. The fact that all the ones were cancelled down below.
It was actually rescheduled. I'm going to lose
Actually?
quality. That got rescheduled.
Oh,
He put it on his Instagram. He was like, I'm not going to host my tour because I'm working on a new album and I'm going to change the tour to that album.
Whoa! Really?
Then he showed all the tours that he has rescheduled. So
And what-
it's going on next year. And I was actually delighted because I would have cried if it was cancelled.
Oh.
I would have been like,
'Cause I live right
over
next
Brian
to-
McFadden.
Independent Park. We get just free tickets to every concert. So it's
That's
actually
not
really
fair.
good. I know.
I live
My brother were
rarely
gonna
as
go.
close as you do.
I know. But it's because people like the last concerts that were on, like people were doing like noise complaints and stuff. And then they were like, yeah, they just decided to give us free tickets. Like we didn't complain. We didn't really care to be honest. But people were complaining because the primary schools, because we were off before them. And because it was in June, they were still in school and they were on till like 11 o'clock at night and they were like, this is a disgrace.
Yeah, like I loved it because I could open my bedroom window and I heard the whole concert for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't
But,
have to pay
so-
the tickets.
Me and my brother were gonna go. And then my brother's girlfriend got tickets for Christmas, I think. Like the Christmas before it was supposed to be on. So we were all just gonna go. I was actually buzzing to be honest, because I was gonna get tickets anyway. And then we were like, why get tickets? You know, we're just gonna get them anyway. Then we'll have 2 spare ones. We don't know what to do with them, so buzzing for that, innit? What's your favorite concert you've ever gone to? If you've gone to a concert,
I think it was Ollie Murs I went to, and I loved it. But he was in like the height of depression at the time he had the concert, so he didn't come out for ages. He was only on for about half an hour, and he even
Stop.
talked about it on the stage and everything.
Oh god, that's awkward.
I'm sure he went through like a breakup or something.
Oh, bless. I've only
Yeah.
been to one concert.
But I loved it because I love Ollie Murs. What's your favourite concert?
Not gonna lie, I've only been to one. I went to Ed Sheeran when he was in Cork. I actually remember the day I got him though. It was like the weirdest thing. And we were all in school and we were all talking about it, and people were talking about it like after they got the tickets. So I like wasn't aware this happened at all. So I was like, oh my god, I'd love to get those tickets. And I think I went home and like said it to my mom and dad, and I was like, oh my god, this one's so cool, but they were already like sold out and stuff. And I was like, I was like, oh god, I was like, I'd love to have gone to that. Came home from school there one day, like a week before the concert. My mom somehow got tickets, and it was the weirdest. I know how she got the idea that this was going to work. She had a plate, and then she had another plate on top of it, and the tickets weren't there, and I ended up going with my mom. So the tickets were underneath it, and she was like, oh, I baked you something, but there's about this much space. And I was like, what? What? I was like, what are you talking about? And then she started videoing me, and I was like, Mom, I know you're videoing me. I was like, I'm not blind. I was like, you can clearly see her videoing me. And she was like, just lift it up. And I was like, what is this about? Last thing I expected, by the way. I zipped up the thing, I saw 2 chicks and I read it, and I like started crying because I was so happy. But it was actually really good, in fairness. But we ended up going, well, like we went with friends because they were going as well. And we met a few people that we knew there and stuff. So we were just chatting to other people, but it was really fun. It was so good. Live, like, oh my god, so good. What about you, Mira?
I haven't really been to that many. I've been more to like kind of like Townlands Festival, that kind of thing, where it's like loads of people camping out and then they have a stage where they have like loads of live music, that kind of thing. So it's like specifically for that, but it's not like going to a concert. Like I suppose you could kind of count it, but not really. So it's more that kind of stuff that I've done. So
like, especially now that we're getting older, so many like festivals and stuff we can go to. So fun. I love concerts though. I think they're fun. Like they're just nerve wracking though, because like there's so many people. I'm like,
You'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm
I get
too
scared.
paranoid for that. Like,
yeah, I was buzzing for the Luis Capaldi one.
Yeah, like I was too, because it would have been my first concert. I wasn't going without like my mom, and I was just going with friends.
Yeah, same.
Today in school, we got like from Freuga for our mini company. We got like care packages, or I can't remember, gift bags. Is that
yeah? Now she called them gift bags.
And we got like hats. I love, like, it's my.
There's still a tag on it.
On the way home, I kept the tag on. Spread the style, Laura.
But like we are in separate groups. We went by classes because Mira isn't in the same class as myself and Cueva. It was Mira by herself, just all lonely by herself doing her one. But it was like someone from each class got to go through to the regionals. So we did them online through Zoom. And in our group, it's myself, Cueva, and Freya from 4B. And then you just have Mira on her lonesome. But we make pendants. I'm actually just happen to be wearing mine right now. I can't really see it, but
advertising.
I know how to do some.
This is my one.
But yeah, we make pendants and we make earrings too. There's like the same idea. They're like dangly earrings.
This is just advertising at this point. This isn't. You're not leading anywhere with this. This is just advertising.
I know. But we're hoping, praying that we'd be allowed to our craft fair because we really want to sell some of them. We have sold a lot.
I don't really care about the competition thing. Like I really don't. I just want like to be able to sell them. Like I've sold some, not like a ridiculous amount, like
I've sold so
20,
many.
30 kind of thing. So
come on, Mira, tell people what yours is. Do some free ads.
Free handmade bracelets. So
blue bracelets. what they're called. Ours is Petite Pendant Shop, by the way. We have an Instagram.
Which makes no sense because the pendants are not small.
I
When
know,
I heard
they're
Petite Pendant Shop, I
massive.
thought the pendants would be small, and I got
It's
really
all
excited
about the
because small
alliteration,
pendants are
Mira.
nice.
You have to have the alliteration.
You think I
That's
don't know
true.
that bloom bracelets?
Yeah, that's true.
Yours don't bloom. There's you, girl.
No, but my logo for everything is the flower. Like it's
Oh, okay,
the
that makes
sunflower thing. So
We made our logo. It was really cute. That was actually
We
really
Yeah.
handmade ours. Amazing.
I literally just looked up on Google logo makers and then it just came up and I was like, okay.
no, because like
So-
I had, you know, those websites we made in art.
Yeah.
I had like mine from that, my like logo for my website done up.
That
So
was
it's
my
actually
name. We
similar
couldn't use
enough to
that.
that. And then I was looking at logos and I was like, oh, this one's actually really nice. Like it's similar enough, but it's not the exact same because I didn't want something like that similar. I wanted something a bit different. And so I found that and I was like, oh, this is absolutely perfect. So
That's all for today. Hopefully you liked the more chatty version of the podcast. So let us know what you think. Please comment.
let us know your own opinions on going back to school. Like, how have you been finding it? All of that. And we'll be back next week with another episode.
Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.